If you've been involved in any action or street protest recently, chances are that there's a picture of you held on a secret computer at Scotland Yard. Over the past few years, activists have become an increasing target for surveillance by the police and private detective agencies. These officers always appear at demonstrations up and down the country with the sole purpose of gathering information on the likes of you and me. It's important that you know who these people are. One of the newest type of evidence gatherers are the police forward intelligence teams. Their role is to mix with activists in order to gather information about future events. Meet Christopher Fent. Fent is easily identified by his orange beard and the video camera which is constantly glued to his hand. Here is Sergeant Andy Britton.
London Data 322. They're at the foot of the escalators and the lifts up to T1.
He always appears at Reclaim the Streets protests and various animal rights actions. His favourite chat-up line is, "I've got a picture of you on my wall." And this is Sergeant Sully. Sully earned his stripes policing the No M11 Link Road campaign in East London.
Same time since I was using it. Get your hand off the camera, Scully. Thank you. Get it out of my face.
Now based at Scotland Yard, Sully can always be seen at actions throughout the country. I'd heard that Sully was prepared to pay activists to pass on information about their friends. I decided to give him a call to see if this was true.
Good afternoon, Scotland Yard. How may I help you?
Public order, please.
Hello, speaking.
Is that Sergeant Sully?
Yes.
I don't know if you can help me. I've been told to contact you regarding giving some information.
Yeah.
The policeman I was just talking to said that you actually pay for information. Is that true?
Yes, that can be true. Yes, depending on obviously what it is and etc.
Right.
Yeah. We could certainly, arrange to meet you and have a chat with you.
What sort of information do you think you'd be interested in?
Well, anything really. Anything, what's happening, anything like that. And obviously you need to see us and see whether you can trust us. We need to see you, for vice versa, and we take it from there.
Yeah,
it's all very, very discreet.
Traditionally, the police have used civilian photographers to take pictures at the scene of a crime. But now, they have begun to use these same civilians to gather evidence on lawful protesters.
Hello.
Hello.
I spoke to a photographer who admitted that the activists that she was photographing were harmless. I asked her how she felt about it.
It's because we're civilians. I mean, we're normal people as well, you know what I mean? And fair enough, we do sort of like a job which can incriminate people like this, and I know like a lot of people are a bit hostile towards us, but I mean, the majority of the time, like, we do murder scenes and stuff which actually helps people.
So you're still photographs for some of the public order people?
These are, yeah.
Right. Does he play
And we just give them all over to him once we've finished. We just give them all over.
So you must get a lot of this one here, Jackie.
Yeah, I had to take a photograph of her. I mean, like, she's harmless, mate, you know what I mean?
I discovered that the police were taking pictures of other harmless activists at an action against the genetic engineering company Monsanto. But this time, they were working undercover. One of the activists, Ali, describes what happened.
Yeah, we took some direct action and visited the UK headquarters of Monsanto in protest at their genetic engineering of food. And we were up in the boardroom and up on the roof talking with some top management people and having a nice cup of coffee. And we suddenly noticed that we were being filmed and photographed by a couple of shady looking people who nobody actually recognised. And they were very nice, they were chatty, they were discussing a few issues with us and generally kind of trying to ingratiate themselves. And we realised later on that they were naturally police officers in plain clothes.
Can you tell me why you're taking photographs of these people?
Nope.
Why is that? Do you have anything to hide at all?
Nope.
Well then why are you taking photographs of these people? What are you going to do with the photographs?
Don't have to tell you that.
Excuse me, are you a member of the Metropolitan Police by any chance?
Nope.
A few weeks later, I was at an animal rights demonstration. Who should I see? But the same two photographers. This time in police uniform. At present, access to police files is denied on grounds of national security. So the only insight we have into the murky world of evidence gatherers are the injunctions served by private detective agencies on protesters. It's from these that we can get our first impression of the sheer volume of evidence that's collected. Martin Healer told me about the dossier that was compiled on him at the Newbury bypass protest.
First bit we have is 300 pages of observations. This is every time you scratch your nose, pick your bum. But it seems like they videoed, took photographs, took recordings. They've taken stuff off the internet, emails, information lines. They've recorded every information line, and this is just the stuff that they're admitting to and showing us. We just opened the page and it said observed Mark Jobson, Rocksteady, and a female unknown walking to Tot Camp, Tot Hill.
Right.
Observed Mark Jobson and Rocksteady, female unknown, Martin Edwards, who had a balaclava over his face, walk across site from Tot Camp to BP Garage. Observed Martin Edwards pick up a small stick from the ground and throw it over the fence in our direction. Basically, if anyone thinks a Big Brother doesn't exist, this proves it.
Yeah.
In our society, it is accepted that to protect privacy, you can block the view of someone taking a photograph. Even the police don't like having their picture taken. However, when it comes to taking the photographs, the police are the only ones who can't legally be obstructed. You can hide your face, but you can't put your hand over the camera or obstruct their view. During my investigation, I discovered that police surveillance of lawful protesters has increased enormously in the past few years. It seems they'll stop at nothing in their quest for information. It is shocking that the police are wasting so much time and public money spying on people who are simply exercising their right to protest. It's time we had access to our files and enforce strict controls on police surveillance.